Alright, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look here at Bitcoin, and as we can see, it's actually had a really nice run up over the past few weeks, hasn't it? Ever since we hit the new year really, we've had this big scooping parabolic kind of price action. Yesterday I had a massive green candle here off the back of that CPI news, and you can see the price has actually come up and broken back inside that previous range, hasn't it? Which is really interesting to see. As you can clearly see here, this range that we were in for a long time, we obviously got this fake out here, we came back in the range, we test support, resistance, support, we come up towards resistance again, but obviously with the FTX collapse, we come down, make a new lower low here around 15.7k, support, resistance, and then looking like we came up here again. I obviously took a short position at the resistance, but did get stopped out, because you can see here we did just keep going up, didn't we, which is really interesting to see, especially considering, you know, the bearish trend that we have seen for Bitcoin, really making lower lows and lower highs pretty much this entire time. Obviously we're still in that downtrend now, but you would expect every single resistance to be heavily shorted, but looking like I think it was like $150 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated in the past 24 hours yesterday in this area here, which was really interesting, including myself obviously. And we can see here obviously we're making some higher highs and higher lows on this kind of local time frame over the past few months, which is really interesting to see, isn't it, considering how everything has been going for Bitcoin, you know, over the past few months. It's not been ideal, has it? Basically just come down, losing that key level of support here because of the FTX collapse. But now looking like potentially here making higher highs and higher lows, you could see Bitcoin come back down, retest anywhere in this area here for another higher low, and if it came back up and made another high, it'd be really interesting to see, wouldn't it? And we've obviously got quite a few resistances here that could be retested. Right now there is probably a key resistance in this local area here, looking something like this, I would say, most likely. You can see it's a previous support flipped into resistance there. You can see support here, but with this big decline that we did see for Bitcoin, we come down again, we come up again, sorry, that previous support line there, which would also hold in this area all the way back here. You can see resistance, and again coming up to that area of resistance. So obviously Bitcoin at kind of a precipice right now, really. Obviously it's incredibly overbought as well, so you'd probably expect a bit of a rejection, especially getting up into these key levels of previous support as resistance as well, along with this kind of resistance that we've been stuck under pretty much, you know, this whole year, really, the whole of last year, really, sorry. I keep forgetting that we're in a new year now. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? But Bitcoin right now looking very strong, isn't it? And we'd probably expect now, maybe, just maybe, get a back test in this area back down here at around 17.5, 18k in continuation. Depending on what happens, obviously we could have a deep retracement and come back down to the lows. It's really hard to say. Currently we still have a bearish bias for the, you know, the immediate short term. We'd probably say over the next month or two we're still bearish in that kind of time frame, but mid to long term, 1 year, 5 years out, obviously still bullish on Bitcoin. The very immediate short term, this obviously this week and this past week have been bullish, so maybe we'll get a back test and, you know, a bounce into this area here, or we could see potentially, you know, if things do keep, you know, heading parabolic, we could see a rip through this resistance. But right now our bias would be you're probably looking at a retracement that back down to these areas here at 17.5k for a retest, and then maybe a bounce into that resistance. So that would be my analysis for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching indeed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.